And today we're going to tackle the first of three parts on the subject of Blackwood. You might be wondering why Blackwood would require three parts, and the answer to that is because the original Blackwood has been improved so much over the last couple of decades that there's just that much to talk about now. We're going to talk about not only the four-note trump ace ask, but a variety of other ways of asking about aces and key cards. Okay, so Blackwood, in the original form, we have just the four-note trump ace ask and the five-note trump king ask, and they really have the same form. Here are the responses to four-note trump. With 0 or 4 aces, we answer 5 clubs. With 1 ace, we answer 5 diamonds. With 2, 5 hearts. And with 3, 5 spades. I recommend that you just remember that 1 and 2 are the red suits. 5 diamonds and 5 hearts. This is always a problem when having to come up with the answer. You sometimes end up counting on your fingers. Like I said, if you just remember that the 2 red suits are 1 and 2, you won't make a mistake. And here are some examples of the four-note trump ace ask in use. 1 heart, 3 hearts, four-note trump. How many aces do you have? Strong 2 club opening bid, 2 diamonds, 3 spades, four-note trump. Here's another typical auction. 1 club, 1 heart, 1 spade, 4 spades, four-note trump. Okay, so when do we use Blackwood? Well, when we have reason to believe that we can take 12 to 13 tricks if we're not missing 2 or more aces. And that usually means that we have either 33 or more points or a lot of good shape. Also, we are in a suit contract, and preferably a major suit. We'll talk about why minor suits are a little bit of a problem in a moment. And we have no worthless doubletons or voids, and you might notice that I put the word doubletons in quotations because I have a special meaning for this word now. It doesn't necessarily mean a 2-card suit. It means a 2-card or longer suit. So if we have a 2-card, 3-card, or 4-card suit or longer, missing both the ace and the king, we might lose the first 2 tricks in that suit. So that's a bit of a problem for us when we use Blackwood. And let's look at these problem hands. Why is a minor suit not as good as a major suit? Well, here we have a hand with a long, good club suit. We open 1 club, partner raises to 2 clubs. Let's suppose we're playing inverted minors, and that's a strong raise. We jump to four-note trump. And partner answers 5 diamonds. Partner has 1 ace. Okay, well, that's not enough. We're missing 2 aces. We don't expect to make 12 tricks with this hand, yet we've already passed 5 clubs. So we're not going to be playing in 5 clubs either. That's a problem. How about with the worthless doubleton? Here, the worthless doubleton is in hearts. We open a spade, partner makes a Jacoby 2-note trump response. We ask four-note trump, how many aces do you have? Partner says, 5 hearts, I have 2. Well, if they're the spade and diamond ace, and we're missing both the ace and king of hearts, we might lose the first 2 tricks. So we've got a little bit of a problem here. And then finally, how about this hand with a void in it? We got a spade void. So we open a heart, partner answers a spade, naturally. We jump to 3 hearts, partner gives us a raise to 4. We make the ace ask with four-note trump, and partner tells us that he or she has 2 aces with a 5-heart response. Well, it's going to matter where those 2 aces are, because if one of those aces is the ace of spades, we're missing 2 aces in these suits. And this slam is going to have problems. If we have 2 of these 3 aces, we're fine. But if one of the aces is a spade, we're going to lose 2 side suit aces, or 2 aces. Okay, so a little bit of a summary here. What are the limitations of Blackwood? What can it not tell us? Well, it certainly can't tell us that we have the potential for 12 or 13 tricks. We have to determine that on our own before we use this bid. It doesn't tell us the partner has a void, and in part 2, we'll talk about why that's important. It doesn't tell us if partner has an ace in our void suit, which was an issue up here. Are we missing the ace and king in the suit in which neither of us are short? That's a problem. Will we bid too high when ace asking? We saw that with this hand up here in minor suits. Do we hold the trump queen? That's going to be important if we're considering a grand slam. And finally, do we have any third round losers? For example, if we have a suit like ace king small opposite 3 small, we're going to have trouble making 7. Unless we find a place to discard one of these. All right, let's look at some examples of hands. This hand right here, in every case, is going to be east that's making the four-note trump call, or considering making it. This is a perfect hand for Blackwood, because all we really need to know is how many of these three missing aces partner has. In this case, two. So this is perfect. This hand has the problem of the worthless doubleton. We need to be sure that we're not missing the ace and king of clubs, as we are in this case. So when we have a hand like this, rather than bid for no trump, we're probably going to want to do what's called control bidding, and that is naming off first and second round controls of suits before we go into the four no trump bid. So if either of us can bid clubs before we bid four no trump and affirm that we either have the ace or the king of clubs or a singleton or a void in that suit, then a four no trump call becomes reasonable. And here's the hand. What's the problem with this hand? Well, East has the void. If West answers two aces, will they be these two aces, in which case we could probably make 7, or will they be this ace and one of these two, in which case we can only make 6. So that's a bit of a problem. We're going to talk about a solution to that in part 3, a bit called exclusion key card Blackwood. And the problem here is our suit is a minor suit. If we make the four no trump call from over here, and partner answers with 1 ace, 5 diamonds, we've gone past 5 clubs, and we're not going to be able to make 6 clubs. Okay, now let's look at some continuation bids after a partner, or after we've made an ace ask, and we've gotten an answer from partner. Well, if we like the answer, we can just bid the slam. If we don't, we can sign off at the 5 level. Another option is the 5 no trump king ask, and it has a menu very similar to the one for the 4 no trump ace ask, but just a level higher. So 6 clubs is 0 or 4, 6 diamonds is 1, 6 hearts is 2, and 6 spades is 3. We call these quantitative responses because the answer is how many we have, not which kings we have, but how many kings we have. When we get to Roman key card Blackwood, we're going to be looking at actually specific king responses. We're going to be talking about which king we have, so it'll be a little different. There's 2 provisos for making the 5 no trump king ask. First, we need all 4 aces, because this is an inquiry into a grand slam. We're pushing our partnership to the 6th level, so we're committed to a small slam, but can we make a grand slam? Well, we need to have all 4 aces to even consider that. Also, we must have bid 4 no trump first before we bid 5 no trump. Jump to 5 no trump is not a king ask. Nowadays, it's usually it's pick a slam. In the past, it used to be a grand slam force, where we asked if partner had 1 or 2 of the top honors in trump to either bid at the 6 or 7 level, but that's not necessary anymore with Roman key card Blackwood. So there must be a 4 no trump ace ask first. Even if you're looking at all 4 aces, you still need to say 4 no trump before you say 5 no trump in order for 5 no trump to be a king ask. And the 4th possibility is, as when we have that problem with the minor suit, 1 club, 3 clubs, 4 no trump, 5 diamonds, oops, 1 ace, we're too high. Now we might want to sign out in 5 no trump. The way to do that is to bid a new suit. So if we suddenly bid 5 spades here, we're asking partner to bid 5 no trump, because we can't bid 5 no trump ourselves. If we bid 5 no trump, it's a king ask, not to play. When is 4 no trump not Blackwood? Well, when we've made a quantitative raise of a no trump call by a partner's open 1 no trump and we bid 4 no trump, this is not an ace ask. This is asking partner to pass with a minimum. Suppose this is a 15 to 17 range. With 15 pass, with 17 bid 6 no trump. And here's the same sequence, but with a Jacobi transfer inserted. 1 no trump, 2 hearts, 2 spades, 4 no trump. Now we're asking partner to choose between 4 no trump, 5 spades, 6 no trump, and 6 spades, depending on whether the partner has 3 or more spades, and a minimum or a maximum. And here's the same option with a Stamen bid in between. 1 no trump, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 4 no trump. The other time 4 no trump is not Blackwood is when we have no suit agreement and we have not jumped to 4 no trump. Consider this hand. Here's your hand. You open a spade, partner bids 2 diamonds. You bid 3 spades. Partner now bids 4 clubs. And with a heart stopper, you decide you want to play a no trump. Well, if you bid 4 no trump here, that's the play. That's not Blackwood. Now, in parts 2 and part 3 of this series, we're going to be talking about some refinements to the system we just described. Mostly what's called Roman keycard Blackwood. We're going to discuss a trump queen ask. We're going to discuss a specific king ask, a second king ask, a specific suit ask. We're going to discuss exclusion keycard Blackwood, Minorwood, Gerber, and how to answer for no trump of the void. And that's it for today.